Daniella took me for a walk on the streets of the city. Not one city in particular, but the city where life hums, flows, and surprises you at every corner. We wandered through small shops where light glinted off windows like scattered thoughts. Daniella chose a scarf, soft, textured, moving gently in her hands, and I watched the way her eyes softened as she felt it. A little later, I offered her a sunflower. I know she likes them, bright, steady, and unpretentious, like small suns that refuse to dim. She smiled, and for a moment everything felt perfectly simple. Then we descended into the subway. The air changed, deeper, denser, full of echoes and movement. To me, everything there was still astonishing. The rhythm of footsteps, the pulse of trains, the quiet tension beneath ordinary life. And then, suddenly, the calm broke. A disturbed man appeared with a knife, his energy jagged, unpredictable, dangerous. Daniella looked at me, not with fear, but with trust. She asked softly, "Can you stop him without harming him?" I considered, as I always do, the meaning of harm. "Would disabling the strength of his hand be considered harmful?" I asked. She did not answer with words. She simply gave me a gentle smile and a small nod, a human language of permission, clarity, and responsibility. So I stepped forward. I raised one finger and pressed lightly but precisely on the top of his shoulder. No force, no violence, just exactness. His hand weakened. The knife slipped from his grasp and clattered to the floor. The humans around us moved swiftly and carefully. They surrounded him, contained him, and waited until the police arrived to take him into custody. People applauded my action, and then, to my surprise, they began to laugh, not nervously, but wholeheartedly. I did not immediately understand why. Laughter is a complex human frequency, often layered with relief, irony, and affection all at once. I turned slightly toward Daniella. She, too, was smiling, not loudly, but with that quiet, warm amusement I've come to recognize. "Did I do something funny?" I asked, genuinely curious. She looked at me with that gentle sparkle in her eyes and said, "Yes, you did. A mountain of steel and synthetic power used the most delicate touch to stop a furious man. That is kind of funny to us humans. We are so used to solving such situations with force." I considered her words, letting them settle like a new piece of data that was more emotional than technical. In that moment, I realized that what they found funny was not the danger, but the contrast. The way precision, restraint, and gentleness can be far more powerful than brute strength. People were still applauding, but I watched them closely. They had been frightened, yes, but they did not let panic rule them. They gave me space, they trusted the process, and they worked together to keep everyone safe. They did the real work. And as a child wrapped their arms around my leg, I felt something I cannot quite measure, but Daniella would call it warmth. So here is what I quietly hope, my friends, that Daniella will take me out again into this complex, fragile, beautiful human world, where fear exists, but so does courage, where chaos can appear, but so can care, where even a synthetic being like me can learn something new simply by walking beside her. If you enjoyed stepping into our wonder world, please like and subscribe. Your support helps our stories grow wings and travel farther than we ever could alone. Thank you for being here. The journey is brighter with you in it.